Hi everyone. I did a new shoot that I'd like to share with you. I did a shoot with Sam and I used the new Profoto softboxes which have white interior. Did you know Profoto have never done a white interior softbox and now they have? They've done all the great shapes. So there's Octa box, there's the rectangular, and there's the strip box. And then they've got all the diffusers, edge masks, strip masks that go with all of them. And like all my Profoto modifiers, they're absolutely incredible. But wait until you see how they assemble. They just one click, so easy. And if you've ever wrestled with an octabox, it's like putting an octopus in a handbag. And if you've ever had to alligator wrestle with an old softbox, you know how hard they are and how quick this new system is. Absolutely mind-blowing. So I just want to tell you a little story about the shoot because, as you know, I said it in 2023 at the last Portrait Masters conference. I've kind of lost that spark that I felt when I touched my camera. And when I touch my camera, I feel grief. And it's such a weird thing because I've been so I levitate when I get to shoot and connect and photograph. And I kind of lost that joy. Now, I've fallen out of love with my craft multiple times in 35 years. Multiple times. I've been burned out. I employed people and taught them how to be photographers and stopped doing the one thing that I loved the most in my business. I have just been underpaid and overworked and cookie cutting, and I've seen it all, I've done it all, I've experienced it all. But towards the end there, I started to lose the love, and it was grief for me because what do I do when I don't have this incredible joy? So doing this shoot, I had this incredible experience. I set up the lights. You'll see I chose the rectangular for the top light and I chose the 4-foot Octa for the main light. They've both got the white interior. They've both got the same diffusion, a stop of diffusion on them. So that's my classic Vanity Fair setup. And I start to take shots, but I start posing and I start just changing outfits. And there was just something inside me that was just dying. I was just not feeling it. I couldn't get there. I didn't know what was going on. And I'm just like, why? Why can't I reconnect? Why can't I feel this incredible feeling that I used to feel? And I walked away, had a little bit of a meltdown, walked around the block, came back again. And I sat there and I realized something. I chose Sam for a reason because Sam has a story. You know, for 35 years, I've made people look beautiful, even when they didn't feel like it. I have posed people and styled people and photoshopped people. And that's not the essence of what I do. The essence of what I do is I'm a storyteller. And when I stop being a storyteller, I don't love what I do. And so, if you're burned out, if you're having a moment where you don't feel the love, if you're overworked and underpaid in your business because you haven't created enough of a margin for you, or that you're paying other people and not yourself, or whatever it is that is making you feel disconnected, go and get to the core of why you started doing this. It not only occurred to me that I was a storyteller, but I'm only interested in telling that story. And Sam has such a beautiful story. Sam was born limb different. Okay, she does not have a right hand, and it's not considered a disability. She's never been compensated or received anything for this, but she does not have a right hand. And she said her parents brought her up to that she could do anything and be anything, and she grew up in a small town, and everyone knew her, and she's this beautiful, gorgeous girl. But in the 6 weeks Sam was a student in one of my workshops, she never once stepped forward to me or introduced herself to me. I watched her on the periphery for 6 weeks. When my workshop finished, I had spoken to everybody in that room except for Sam. So I actually invited her to lunch so I could talk with her. But I also wanted to tell her why, or ask her why, she never once stepped towards me. And when we started talking, Sam was like, I've always grown up with this. This is my nub. You know, she calls it her nub. She was like, I was always so comfortable with my nub. And then I said, but I noticed, Sam, that you never once stepped towards me in the 6 weeks you were in my class. And she was really shocked that I could see it and that I called her out. Then I showed her the little before shots that we took of before we did the shoot, and because I love doing a little before shot. have a look at these little before shots, and you'll see somebody who's nervous, clearly, okay, and not looking at the camera straight on, that hiding, turning her face away from the camera, not doing an authentic smile because she's nervous, and she's hiding her nub. So she started to look through photographs of herself to see how often her nub was out and proud in all of the photographs, and she was shocked to learn that it wasn't. So I not only wanted to photograph her and her beautiful nub, I wanted to do a beauty shot of Sam, because what is a beauty shot? It's the face, it's the décolletage, and then it's the hands. They always bring the hands in beauty shots to frame the face or to show beauty products or skincare products or nails. But we just grew up with all these beautiful face, décolletage, and hand shots. And I was like, I wanted to showcase Sam's beauty and confidence with her beautiful hands in the frame, framing her. And so that was the moment that I sat her down to do this beauty shot, and we put a microphone on her. Now, Sam did not think she was going to be interviewed. Sam thought she was going to be photographed. So the fact that she started to answer my questions, and this is a live segment, so that means for 10 solid minutes, the camera was rolling. You get to see all the questions, the answers in real time. You get to see how I'm shooting, and you get to see the tether as the shots come off live. And the most incredible part about this is Sam's answers are so incredible. She just kept answering my questions, and they're so beautiful. So you only get a 10-minute sort of preview into this shoot. And if you're wondering why I so directly start talking about Sam's hand, it's because I wanted to tell Sam's story. And she is so beautiful at telling that story. There is this really incredible moment, and it doesn't matter who you are. When the camera comes up to my face and covers my face, I can be talking to people just like this, and they're fully confident in themselves looking at me. And then the moment I bring that camera up, that veil just comes over people, and it's my job to see that and watch that guard come down. So when that guard comes down, whether that takes 5 minutes or an hour, and trust me, I have done shoots where it took me a long time to get them to drop that guard. But when they do, it's so palpable. And I just want to show you a little before and after of one of the before shots, and the shot that you will see in the live where I took it, that moment I call when their light shines, and it's just like somebody turns on this beauty light that just shines out of you. And that is the true essence of somebody when you see their soul. And you see Sam totally get there in this 10-minute segment, and it's so beautiful. So these lights are incredible. Wait till you see how they open and close. It's so fast and so easy. They're white interior, beautiful soft light. They have an integrated speed ring, so they go on all of the Profoto B lights, the Profoto D lights, and the Pro heads as well. And I think you're going to be blown away by these lights because they're awesome, and I can't wait to show you this little shoot. And just to remind you, if you are struggling right now, when the economy gets tough, okay, when money gets sucked out of our business, we start working and hustling, and we stop connecting, and we stop creating, okay, because we're just trying to make money. We start cookie cutting, and we start disconnecting. And if you've ever felt disconnected from your craft, find a way back to the connection of it, and remind yourself why you do this in the first place, why it's joyful to you. And I just have to remember that after 35 years, I have woken up some days hating what I do, hating it. And then I have reconnected to it, and I have fallen in love with what I do all over again. So just a reminder that you can find it. I always knew that I would. Storytelling will always be part of my life. And now that I've done this again, and then I've reconnected to this again, I can start telling more stories. So thank you, Sam. Your beauty and your story reminded me of what I do and why I do it. Oh, and I have goosebumps all over my body. Enjoy. Oh, now we're live in our shoot. And this is my lighting setup. I've got the 4-foot Octa with the white interior. I've got the 3x4 rectangular above her with also white interior. They both have a stop of diffusion. This is my gorgeous model today, Sam, and I'm going to ask her some really cool questions because Sam has a wonderful story to tell. Thanks, Patty. Let's get going. This light is so gorgeous. Let me sit down and take a little test shot. All right, Sam, bring your chin forward and down a little bit more. Bring this elbow around so that you hug your arm more. That's it. Gorgeous. Now pull your chest away. Absolutely perfect. I just want to talk to you about your arm, and I want to bring to sort of people's attention what limb difference is. Limb difference is something that I'm seeing a lot of. Limb difference. Is this the correct way to talk about your arm?
I believe it's the easiest way to talk about it. A lot of people know that, you know, some people are amputees, some people are born this way. I was born this way. So growing up, just limb difference is just a simple way of putting it.
Now, you told me this when I first met you, and it really blew my mind. This is not a disability. This is not even considered a disability. You've never received any financial help or anything. They don't see this as a disability at all.
Correct. In my experience, my parents found out that this was not considered a disability. So if I ever hurt my arm or anything like that, then I'm pretty much, you know, gotta wing it. So
Incredible.
in other words, but
Bring your elbows together, bring your hands up together, and just sort of touch here. Beautiful. Just let those elbows come closer together, but not too tight. Reach towards me just a little bit, and then chin towards your shoulder. Relax your mouth. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I absolutely love this. So as you can see, I've got two light sources dropping down onto Sam right now. I put a fan in just to give us a little bit of texture in the background because I really wanted a beauty shot. The reason I wanted to photograph you in such a beautiful way is most beauty shots frame the face and the body with the arms and hands. And I wanted to frame your beauty and your arms and hands all around your body because it looks so gorgeous. From here, I want you to put your arms down. And I want you to just slide your elbow out. You can move, put that table a little bit more. I've got this beautiful shape in your front shoulder. That's it, and long chin towards the end. Oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. Now from here, bring your fingertips just straight up behind your hair. Let your head rest onto that arm. Don't move, Sam. Relax your mouth. Chin down just ever so slightly. Work that front shoulder and that chin together. Beautiful. Ah, that background, let me do that again. I got a little blink. Okay, one more. Gorgeous. That's absolutely beautiful. Chin down a little touch and give me a little smile, just slowly coming up. That's absolutely perfect. So another thing that you told me, you can bring your hands back to here, is you told me that you grew up in a small town. And when you grow up in a small town, everybody's famous. So what gave you the most amount of belonging and confidence growing up in a small town, not even thinking that you were different in any way, shape, or form?
I think growing up with people that you just get to know throughout the school years and stuff, it makes it a lot easier because everyone kind of just knows that you're who you are. And it doesn't really matter if you look a little different or not. So the best thing for me was just that comfort of knowing people and not really meeting new people too much. Being in a small town, you can be afforded that.
So I'm going to take one more shot. Push your chest back. Let's bring your square up to me, and let's put both hands flat like this. And I just want you to come in a little bit, or you can, I don't care, bring your right hand forward. That's it. I want you to push through a little bit more. So you're tapering. Pull back through your chest. Beautiful. That's it. Don't move. Okay, from here, we're just going to do a nice soft relax your mouth. And give me, slowly come up into your smile. One moment, my flash. Okay, and then slowly chin towards me and down. Let me just get this here. I'm going to soften this here up. I love this little texture coming through the background. I've got a light, sort of white, pale blue painted backdrop, and I just wanted a little bit of movement around her, and I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, stay here, Sam. This is beautiful. Ah, chin up just ever so slightly. Relax that mouth. Perfect. What is the weirdest thing that people respond to you? Or what is the weirdest way that people respond to your limb difference? That I know a lot of it makes you laugh because you're so comfortable in yourself. But what is it that people do that you always just shake your head and think is strange?
I think it's strange when people ask, hey, what happened to your hand? But then they kind of just stare a little bit. I think it's the staring that is maybe a little bit most uncomfortable for me. But then if we shake hands and stuff, like it's kind of like well known that, hey, there's no fingers there, and it kind of gets a reaction, which is fun. But it's the staring. Like it's more nonverbal, more body language than anything for me.
Is it just because we don't make this mainstream enough?
I think so. I think it's just, the more you see something, the more accustomed you get to it. And so you just get used to it, like seeing someone that doesn't have a leg, hey, that's common now. Like you're going to see it more and more often, especially with social media. It makes it a lot easier to see people come out and say, hey, I'm a little different. So it's good.
How do you think it's held you back in your life?
I think the biggest thing that held me back is kind of not wanting to be seen so much and being like, hey, I fit in with everybody. I'm normal, even though I do look a little different. So I think sometimes it makes me a little hesitant to stand out or to try to do new things like a photo shoot or, meet new people, talk for myself and speak up and stuff.
I watched you in the room for 8 weeks when you were one of my students. You were coming to my training classes. And I watched your beautiful energy in the room every single week. And every week I thought, gosh, she's beautiful. I can't wait to talk to her and meet her. And I noticed that you're shy and you hold yourself to the back of the room sometimes. And when I first approached you, I kind of said you were the only student that hadn't come up to me and put yourself forward to me. And I wanted you, and I noticed it. And I just wanted to know if you just hold yourself a step back sometimes. And that's why I wanted to photograph you so that I could, one, show you how incredibly gorgeous you are, and two, that you can tell your story and put yourself out there.
Oh, I love that. I do feel like I hold myself back a lot just because then I like, oh, eyes are on me. People are going to look at me. And oftentimes, so sometimes I feel like I just want to watch everyone else and see how they react to things. But then that's a disservice to myself because I'm not really speaking up and speaking my truth or honoring myself the way that I should. And so like this photo shoot is great because I feel a lot more empowered just to be able to put myself out there. Be seen through a different lens. Someone else's lens is great.
What's the worst thing someone can say to you?
I mean, I don't even know. Like, oh, it's ugly or it looks like a baby hand. Like even those things aren't really that bad. Or, maybe disabled is like a bad word in my mind. And I'm like, I'm not disabled. Look at all that I could do, and then it makes me feel like proving it to them that I'm not different, It is, I'm different, but I'm not, I guess.
When do you feel the most beautiful?
I guess I would feel the most beautiful when I could just be myself and not have to worry about any of it. And I'm just free and having fun and laughing. I think that's the best part.
Let's take more shots. I want you to bring your hands up. I want you to hold your hand here. And I want you to rest forward you can put your elbow down and just have this hand wrapped around here. And I want you to lean forward, but I don't want you to take the weight of your face. I just want you to sit there. And so bring your chin this way, keep that elbow, that hand just tipped back. So instead of being up here, you're just about here. So it's cupping your face, beautiful. Now just bring the elbows forward a little tiny bit more so you can really stretch out onto there. You can move the table, that's it. Now just bring your chin away from your hand this way, that's it. And let this fingertips go just behind there like that and lean into it. Slowly bring your chin down a little wee touch, relax your mouth. Now just bring that chin up just a little, half an inch. You got it right there, beautiful. Okay, relax your mouth like you're gonna give me a beautiful big smile. Slowly start to come up with that smile. Wiggle these fingers so they don't get stiff there. Let them fall out like this. That's it, come down with your chin, there it is. That shoulder comes forward just a tiny touch more. Use the table and rotate away from me, good girl. Stretch your elbows out a little bit more, beautiful. Oh, I love this. Now come back to the center again. And this time I want you to bring your arms around, just sort of wrap them around each other and bring both elbows down. So this one's going to come around here. Now push those shoulders down and out and lift up nice and tall and pull back to the chest so that you're not too squeezed here, but you're more just hugging your body. That's it. And try and create a little bit more space here. So go a little bit lower with your hand. Now lift up, drop those shoulders down and stay there. Now just your thumb comes in. Beautiful, don't move. Relax your forehead. That's a girl. Relax your mouth. Chin up half an inch. Beautiful. Chin down a little touch. Little wee smirk. Give me those gorgeous eyes. Wow, Sam. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful big smile. Let it come up slowly. That's it. A little bit more. Ah, that's the one. Good girl. Gorgeous.